on your knees. Hold heart in hand. You were expecting good times, 'cause you are young. But even though you're young, you need to understand.
What's up, everybody? We got another testimony right here with Pastor James Martinez, and man, I'm excited right now to hear it. I have not heard of it yet, so right now I'm just excited. I just want to thank God right now. I'm extremely grateful to be hearing all these testimonies of these mighty men of God that are, being servants and being the foot soldiers for the Lord. So, without further ado, and behind lovely Lolo. Right here with Pastor James. Go ahead, brother.
How you guys doing? My name is Pastor James Martinez. My testimony, I got saved in 1989, 33 years ago. I'm pretty much raised in the town of or in the city of Chandler, there in the South Side. Large family, big family there. 5 brothers, 5 sisters. So our family had a pretty bad reputation there on the south side of Chandler. I boxed for about 10 years, wanted to get out of the city, just out of the mindset and the mindset of poverty, and just live a different life, better life. And I did. I started doing good in boxing for about 10 years. Started traveling pretty much around the whole nation of America, boxing there. And then I got involved in a little bit of drugs, a little bit of alcohol, and then the girls came, and from that point on, my life started going down a little bit. Still worked, still try to do good, but you know how it is when you start doing alcohol and drugs and chasing the girls and everything. And got married at a young age, at 18 years old, and had my first son, Mike, at the age of 18 years old. And from there on, stayed married for about 10 years, but the alcohol, and I played a lot of softball also, which pretty much kept me away from the house. So my ex-wife she got tired of that, and we ended up getting divorced. So I took her back into Chandler at the age of probably 28 years old. And for 2.5 years, I started doing drugs, heavy drugs, started going out to the nightclubs, just partying with all my friends there in that city of Chandler. And I just went to the lowest. Started doing a lot of crack cocaine, and that kind of got kind of old. So I started shooting it up, and then I hit to the lowest until one day I said there's got to be something better, and I think God was already calling me. I went in. They invited me to a church service, to a revival. They told me that this guy was casting out devils at the church, so I said, well, let me go check it out. But that night is where I gave my life to Jesus. Jesus set me free that night in 1989. And 2 weeks later, when I went back to the altar again, it's like God called me. He said if I would do right, if I would live clean, follow Him, follow His commandments, He said, I'll use you for this generation, the generation that you come out of. And sure enough, from that point on, I met my wife there. We got married. I pursued the will of God. Just God tugging on my heart to pastor. And in 1998, we came into Glendale after 10 years under the ministry of my pastor, Joe Campbell. And we came here to Glendale. We started the church in our living room, just me and my wife and our children. And from that point on, we started inviting people out to the house. People started coming in, started filling up the living room. And from there, we ended up getting an 1,800 square foot building. And from that point on, God started filling that building. I started with about maybe 30 people. 40 people. We couldn't fit in there, so we got into a 6,000, 7,000 square foot building. And from there on, I pretty much started making disciples, started teaching them the Great Commission, go ye into all the world. They started getting callings. God began to call them, tug on their heart. And after about 3-5 years down the road, I ended up investing into them, getting them a building, just like I started. And that's how the church started developing, started growing. And by the time you knew it, I had about maybe 7-8 churches already out of that congregation with almost a couple of hundred people. And from that point on, we got into bigger buildings. We're in a 10,000 square foot building right now. Now we're trying to buy a building just right around the corner here, 20,000 square foot building. And
Down on your knees, hold heart in hand.